What is going on, y'all? Gamers going here today, and as you can see, we are doing a Stranger Things character death prediction list, kind of, here on TierMaker. Believe it or not, it is in the home stretch. I remember not too long ago watching Stranger Things for the first time. I was a little late into the party, but, I mean, drop my remote. But as you can see, man, I mean, I got Flair Billy, I got Dustin, I got a L figures, I got a bunch of Funko Pops to deal with Stranger Things, and that's simply because who doesn't like Stranger Things? If you turn on Stranger Things and you don't like it, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think you're ever giving it a chance, because I typically, this is not the kind of show that I fall in love with, but I gave it a chance. A lot of my friends in school were talking about it when it first came out. And then I waited, and then the new season came out, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot, and binge watched it, and ever since then, I've been locked in. We're in the home stretch. November 26th is the release date of the first volume of the show, and then on Christmas, I believe the night of Christmas. Now, I don't know if it'll be on the 20. I don't think it's Christmas Eve. I think it's the night of Christmas. Volume 2 comes out, and then on New Year's Eve, we will open up the new year. The first thing I will be doing into the new year is staying up till like 3 or 4 a.m. watching the conclusion of Stranger Things Season 5 and Stranger Things overall, because this is the last season. It's bittersweet. I mean, we've been excited for it. I've been anxiously watching YouTube videos and stuff to keep me updated about what's going on. But now we're in the final stretch. We are in the final stretch, and I wanted to get in on the action and showcase my love of Stranger Things by making kind of this video here on who I think we can expect to be no longer with us after this season. And then who, on the other hand, makes it to the other side. So we are going to start off on the Are You In Season 5 category. I'm going to try to go about it just putting people there. Argyle, I don't think, is actually in Season 5. So Argyle, obviously fun-loving character from last season, was kind of in an integral role there, being kind of Jonathan's right-hand man during their adventures. Argyle, though, I don't think he's in this season. Mr. Clark, I believe, I forget which teacher he is. He might be the history teacher, I think. Maybe that's right. Either way, I don't know if he is in this season, so we're not going to make a prediction on him. So who else here could fit that category of Are You Even In This Season? Angela, the bully of 11, I don't believe will be in this season. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe she will be. I don't know. But if she is, I don't know. Now we're getting into the would be shocked category. And a lot of the main kids are not going to necessarily be in this category. They'll probably end up in the would not be shocked, and some of them will end up in expected or bye-bye. Would be shocked. Susie. Susie is up there. I think Susie has a very slim chance of going in this season. I don't know if she'll ever be in Vecna's crosshairs. Does she visit Hawkins, perhaps? I don't know. Will she be involved? I'm sure she will, but I don't know that will really put her in the line of firing for Vecna. So Susie, I think, should be safe. So it would be in that category of I would be shocked. I would genuinely be shocked if Susie was one of the people in this season to not make it through. Erica probably fits that. I just don't know if they'll bridge that gap, because Erica's kind of the younger sister of Lucas. I think if they were going to kill off a kid in this series, it would be one of the main kids. I don't think it'd be Erica. Um, Granted, that could maybe give Lucas extra motivation after the Max thing. I don't know if necessarily that is a step they're willing to take, because you always see it in some of these shows where you don't really want to take out um, the younger kids. You don't kill them off. That it's just a step that movie makers and show makers don't usually do. So I mean, I'm just working off the assumption Erica's probably safe based off that. Who else? I gotta put. I think I have to put Hopper in Would Be Shocked. They've already faked his killing off, and he's wound back up in the Stranger Things universe. I don't know if Hopper, 2 seasons after being kind of teased as dying, I don't think he's in risk. So I think Hopper there is pretty safe. Robin, I Robin will help Steve, but I just can't see Robin being the one. And this list doesn't have everybody, but Vicky would be there as well. I just can't see either of them being taken out in the crossfires of Vecna. I just can't. I can't. I think everybody else here is not going to be in the would-be shock category. Dr. Owens, if he's in the season, would not be shocked. Max, I'm going to put in would not be shocked. I think that they're bringing her back. But I think Max is a lot higher likelihood than a lot of these people, so I cannot have her being in the would-be shocked category, simply because right now she is dead, but there's a chance that she still might be alive because she's in a coma. So I'm putting her in would not be shocked because I think she's going to come back, and I don't think you bring a character that returns like a Hopper, or in this case Max, and have them die off. So I would not be shocked simply because she's already basically out of the picture, but once again, not completely out of the picture. So I'm going to put it in would not be shocked. I don't expect it necessarily, but I would not be shocked. Dustin, a lot of the main kids are just going to end up being would not be shocked. I don't think Dustin's in danger, but he is one of the main characters. And then obviously Dustin being one of the most lovable characters in the entire franchise. One of the funny ones, one of the guys that kind of just, when you think of comedic value that that this show has, Dustin's one of the first names you think of. So I don't think Dustin's gone, but it would be a very heartfelt moment for the fans to see Dustin go. Obviously we saw him last season talk to Eddie's, I believe, uncle, after Eddie unfortunately died in the Upside Down. Or did he? Maybe not. I hope not. But Dustin, I would not be shocked. Callie, I have to put in would not be shocked because there's a chance that Callie's in this season, it sounds like. Is she coming to help Eleven? Is she coming for revenge on Eleven for not pairing up with her? I don't know exactly what to expect out of Callie. Would not be shocked. Who else? Jonathan. I think I put Jonathan higher, to be honest. Joyce, I gotta put in would not be shocked. I gotta put Joyce in would not be shocked. Joyce, obviously, her kid, Will, was the very first one to enter the Upside Down. It could be a full circle moment, and Joyce is the last one to enter the Upside Down. But I think Hopper and Joyce will get their happy ending. I don't I don't fully believe Joyce is going to die in this season. So that's why she's there instead of expected. But Joyce has some potential there. Who's left? I think Nancy. I think Nancy should be close to safe. Wouldn't be shocked, but I think she should be close to safe because she has both Steve and Jonathan and all these people that care about her. I don't think you're gonna see Nancy die in this season. Jonathan, he's up there. I think I'll put him in would not be shocked. I don't expect a Jonathan death, but I think I very much see it coming if it is a Jonathan death. I could see a situation where he sacrifices himself for Nancy. I'm leaning more so the Steve route, so don't expect it. Don't fully expect it, but would not be shocked. And I think Mike as well probably hits this category simply because Mike, I think you're going to see more so. We'll get to 11 in a minute, and we'll put Lucas here as well. I think it's more likely you see the aftermath of how it affects Mike, how it affects Lucas, how it affects Dustin with the people they lost along the road. First, expect it. I expect Will. And Will, his death is going to hit Mike hard. It's going to hit Mike real hard. We kind of know Will has an interest in Mike. Mike doesn't really know that. So, yeah, I mean, I think Mike, he could find out about that when it's time for Will to die, and Mike would be like, "Wow, I never saw that." 11's got to be up there. I think it ultimately ends in 11 probably sacrificing herself. So you got to put her up there in the high percentage chances, and that once again would affect Mike a great deal. Would affect Joyce. Would affect Hopper. We saw Hopper lose one kid already, and now he's losing another. Would be real devastating for Hopper, and ultimately, kind of the route that you'd figure they'd go, because once the Upside Down is closed, you figure Elle probably is either in it or not in it. And if she's not in it, does she survive? I don't know. I mean, it's hard to see a world where the Upside Down is shut, and Elle is on the outside looking in. I got fur on me for some reason. I'm gonna actually put Vecna and the Mind Flayer in expected. I think there is a chance, a very slim chance, that at the end of this season, just to potentially go into a situation where, because we know that the Duffers kind of want to leave the Stranger Things universe as a universe. They don't want it. They're shutting the show on like this. This cast is done. But is there a world where Hawkins, Indiana shuts the gate? They shut the gate, but Vecna the Mind Flayer still runs strong, because we've already seen it. The Russians have been able to access it. We've seen that the military is going to be involved in this season with some of the new casting. I don't know. I think there's a slim chance they make it. Vecna and the Mind Flayer make it through. One in the same, but slightly different. Mind Flayer might be controlling Vecna, or vice versa. I just think there's a slim chance. That's why I'm not putting it. And then you're looking at the bottom two. And everybody, Murray, one of my favorite characters in the Stranger Things universe. Murray, I just love kind of this goofy character, kind of lives on the outside of society, but he's kind of in tune with all these conspiracy theories type thing. Yeah, Murray is my guy. I am a big Murray fan. It's I think he's one of the people that go early in the season. I think he is going to be one that isn't a main character, but he is a character a lot of people recognize and a lot of people I think have grown to like. Now they aren't attached to him as much as like a Dustin or a Hopper or maybe some of the other people, right? But Murray is one of those kind of B tier characters that kicks it into gear, and you'll have Joyce and you'll have Hopper be like, okay, Vecna took out Murray. Let's end this guy. Let's end Vecna. So Murray, I think he's gone. I think he's probably gone in Volume 1, to be honest. I think they're going to make us sit on a Murray death. And then Steve. Steve, my boy, Steve. Where do I even have a Steve figure? I don't know if I do. I have a Hopper figure. Do I have a Steve? I don't know that I do. I don't have a Steve. I have a couple Wills, a couple Mikes, a couple of L's, Hopper. I don't got a Steve. Wow, I don't have a Steve. But Steve. I think this is gonna be the one. I think this is gonna be the one. Volume 2 death. That's really gonna let people really sink it in. It's gonna really sink it in and be like, all right, Volume 3. Let's end Vecna because they just took Steve away from us. Steve was not supposed to make it out of Season 1, but his character was so popular he did. Steve, every season, feels like Steve's gonna die. Steve's gonna die. It's gonna be Steve. Has never been Steve. I think Steve is overdue. I want to see Steve make it through. But Steve, I think it's his time. I think it's Steve's time. So let me know down below who you guys think is safe, who you guys think are in danger, and who you guys think are in the bye-bye category. Like, their good is gone. Let me know. I am looking forward to the season. I think it's like 170-ish days-ish away. It's an exciting time. It really is, but we're in the end game. We're in the end game. At the end of this year, when we clock in 2025, or 2026, my apologies. After January 1st, 2026, we can say Stranger Things, the Netflix hit show that took the world by storm, is over. There's no more. And are we ready to say that? I don't know. It's going to be a bittersweet moment. But this show has been great. It's done so many wonders to all the Netflix audience. It's really captivated people, and I am excited to see what Season 5 has in store for us. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.